Everyone is a champion for civil rights and an opponent of racism and discrimination in the public eye. However, the minute you get behind closed doors, the facade drops and you see the true perspectives of a lot of people. Many say that racism does not exist anymore, but incidents such as the comments made by our own Senator Harry Reid and the SAE bus chant scandal tell a different story. Reid often discussed Obama's race and even used the term Negro dialect in his description of the president during the early 2010. Years later, a student discreetly recorded a video of the Oklahoma State chapter of Sigma Alpha Epsilon engaging in a racist chant on a bus, which led to public outrage. These two events occurred in what those involved considered a private setting where they felt safe engaging in this type of behavior. This behavior is even more rampant on the internet due to the invisible barrier people believe exists between the web and the real world.
Joe Fegan and Leslie Pica of the University of Dayton conducted research regarding this phenomenon in their book called Two-Faced Racism in 2007. They surveyed 626 white students at 28 colleges and universities across the country about the racial events they came across during the day. Of the 9,000 accounts recorded, 7,500 of them were deemed blatantly racist. We decided to conduct a smaller scale, unofficial survey similar to this to get an idea of what students on the UNR campus experienced. We asked 3 questions on the survey. What is your racial identity? Do you believe racism still exists? And what is the most racist remark you have heard a peer say in a private setting? We asked students of all different racial identities, and almost everyone had a direct example from their own life that vary in terms of offense. Here are some of our results.
There are many interesting consistencies throughout all the surveys. For example, every person except for one agreed that racism still exists in today's world, and most of the racist remarks recorded were disproportionately directed at African Americans, Asian Pacific Islanders, and Mexicans. In addition, we were unable to use many of the surveys because they were not taken seriously. This begs a question: if so many people believe that racism still exists, why was our survey seen as a joke by so many? There is no one simple solution to this specific problem and the larger problem of racism in general. However, there are things that can be done that will at least help alleviate some of these two societal issues. One of these is to not contribute to the problem of behind closed doors racism and stand idly by while these comments are said. In the survey by Fegan and Pecan, only 100 people stated that they stood up against the racist events they experienced. This number needs to increase in order for this problem to become part of the past and for us to move forward in terms of racial equality.
These types of comments should not continue to be said and embraced in both white space and non-white space. The gap between these spaces can be bridged by both earlier diversity education and by refusing to brush this issue under the rug as has been done until an incident like that with the SAU fraternity occurs. By doing these two things, white space and non-white space will not be as separated as they are now and will prevent prejudice from being supported.
Another thing that can be done is to keep exposing behind closed doors racism, like the student who filmed the SAE fraternity brothers on the bus and the person who brought the comments made by Harry Reid to the public. This will bring this issue the attention it needs and will keep reinforcing the fact that racism is very much alive in what people consider private settings. All these solutions are primarily done at the individual level. However, if enough individuals do them, a change in the current social climate regarding this issue can be achieved. More people will be forced to think about their own behavior and may even reconsider previously held prejudiced beliefs. We can raise that small statistic of just 100 people standing up against behind closed doors racism into the thousands with enough effort.